American conquest in Greenland, and a fractured NATO. Donald Trump has split NATO allies and parts of his own Republican Party over American acquisition of Greenland. Trump has not ruled out taking over the island by military force after purchase offers were refused. That immediately raises the central question. What is Trump's long game here, if there even is one? Couldn't the United States simply enter a bilateral deal with Denmark, militarize the island further, defend American interests in the Arctic, and keep NATO allies intact? What would a European defense of Greenland even look like? And if the US pushes too far, could new European powers begin carving out independent influence in the Arctic themselves? Let's get into it. America under Trump has been keen to throw its weight around, to make waves, if you will. But Greenland is not just another wave. Mishandled, this policy could create a tsunami. At present the plan looks like reckless. If the intention all along was to wave a big stick during negotiations in order to extract the best possible deal, then the obvious question is, why hasn't the deal already been closed? The moment of maximum leverage was weeks ago, when the threat was fresh. It's also puzzling that it came to this at all. The United States already has significant leverage over Denmark, not least through its existing military presence at Pituffik Space Base, which serves as a key early warning missile and radar site. One would assume that whatever agreement governs that base could simply be expanded. Perhaps that was already attempted, and the Danes balked, prompting American escalation. Or perhaps this really is just old-fashioned imperialism. It's hard to say. What is clear is that prolonged limbo helps no one. A deal needs to come to fruition sooner rather than later. Whether that means an outright purchase or abandoning the idea entirely. Allowing this standoff to drag on only builds resentment and distrust over the long term. Would European NATO countries actually unite and go to open war against the United States over Greenland? Highly doubtful. But this kind of crisis doesn't need to end in war to be destructive. It could still fracture the alliance. A serious split would threaten America's forward-deployed European logistics and bases, weaken its posture against Russia and China, and undermine the very alliance system that underpins US global power. American foreign policy has clearly pivoted toward Asia, but few expected that pivot to risk Europe so openly. And yet it does not have to end this way. There is a world where, regardless of how brashly, America gets what it wants without blowing up NATO in the process. There is still time for a deal that expands US military access in Greenland while preserving alliances and bases across the European continent. What we're seeing instead is a high-stakes game of chicken. The United States and its European partners are desperately trying not to blink, while Russia and China watch quietly from the stands. Like, subscribe, and stay in the prone.